So there's a lot of unknowns when I started approaching this design. So we had to really kind of create the performance area separate to knowing anything about the building. If we'd known, oh, we've got this lovely Victorian warehouse, or we've got this building that's bright yellow inside, then that could have really influenced a little bit where I went, but it can't, because we don't know where it is. So what we wanted to do was sort of be very specific about our performance area, so that wherever we end up being, the people that are searching for the venue know the dimensions of this, so that we know that it will fit in there, because obviously we had to move forward. Naomi and I both felt that it wasn't the best sort of telling of the story to perform this play end-on, with all the audience sort of staring at the stage straight in front of you, as sort of a lot of traditional theatre is. And obviously, because we're not in a traditional theatre, it's nice to mix it up a little bit and have a different presentation. Also, because there's so many of you, and we want to use you a lot, it'd be nice to have a feel of being surrounded by ensemble and by people, and we played with that quite a bit in Dark Earth, for those of you that saw it. For those of you that saw Dark, and as Naomi said, we wanted very much to sort of have Peterborough on stage, but have it in a very playful way. Hoping that will sort of be explored more and more, but sort of in a physical way. What I want to do is give you a space whereby you can have a lot of fun in how you present the different scenes, and also how you can transition from one scene to the next. So I'm going to pass some boards around, so you guys can have a look at some boards. So we looked at a lot of the key buildings that are mentioned in the play, and also key buildings that are no longer in Peterborough, but really important in the 60s, like the power station. And it felt really important to basically, I wanted to create a patchwork of the city, so to have elements that have been there for years and years and years and years and years, way, way, way back, very modern ones, and buildings that have changed use as well as some of the buildings that are very heavily mentioned in the text. And sort of building a patchwork of those that were recognisable in how you refer to them and how you'll use them and how they'll look, but in another way, all amalgamated in kind of one setting. This half is the building that was the Bull and Dolphin, that is now the closed down Orient Express, which obviously is referred to in the play a lot. So that architecture comes from there, and it's obviously a very old building, so it's another nice patchwork of the city. This is still the bridge going off to the sky. This is a little bit of the castle entrance to the cathedral, and this is the Starbucks from Market Square that used to be a bank. So I've taken different buildings from different parts of Peterborough, but I've amalgamated them all together, hopefully in a happy family way. And at times people might recognise those, or you might refer to them, and at times people won't know what they are, but we know what they are, and that's okay. At the front there's a semicircle raised level, which is a nice level to play with, so we can have people on the floor, people on the semicircle, people up high. I'll bring in some people next time. And this is very much taken from the top of Bridge Street and outside the Orient Express. They've got lots of cobbled circular areas outside the Orient Express, and of all things to get excited about on my first recce of Peterborough, I was like, how exciting are these circular cobbles? Do something with this. And that really related to kind of the spinning wheel idea and then the kind of fairground idea, and so taking different parts of the architecture and using it in an interesting way.